3, 2, 1, go. Okay, today we are talking about S.H.I.E.L.D, the omnibus here. The general premise behind this. Well, you got this kid who we meet, and well, he's kind of thrown into this scenario where you got this story that has been ultimately unfolding over centuries, from the past, the present that we see in this book, and then eventually the future as well. And basically, you have all these people who are some of the greatest minds throughout all of human history. And they are working towards this common goal of helping humanity reach its full potential. I hesitate to phrase it that way because what that means to the different people working for this organization, S.H.I.E.L.D, it means very different things to different people within this organization. And that division is kind of the crux of this story, where there's a lot of infighting. It becomes very violent, becomes very intense. And we follow this kid who was kind of just thrown into the middle of it. And they ultimately end up playing a pretty big role in the story. And I will leave it there because I don't want to go too much further. Okay, my general thoughts about this story. First of all, I was kind of surprised. I honestly, when I picked this up, I had no idea what it was like. I was expecting like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D type thing. Not really. Different sort of thing here. Still though, super interesting, super well written, really good job developing the lore behind the story and kind of how all these different pieces fit together. Very Jonathan Hickman-esque, you know, as he always does, well, at least in my experience, where he kind of gives you bits and pieces of the story, and then as time goes on, you start to see how they fit together, and it becomes very satisfying once they click together and you finally understand the big picture. Everything I've read from Hickman does something like that, and this book is no different. I love that sort of thing, so I hope you would as well. The art in this book, I'm terrible at commenting on art because I just like so much of it, and I don't have enough of an artistic background to really, you know, pull it apart. But it's fantastic in this book. It's so good. I really, really enjoyed it. So art, 10 out of 10. I would be remiss, though, if I didn't mention this. Part of this book is, as I mentioned, great minds throughout human history. You know, we're talking like your Newtons, your Galileos, Da Vinci's, you know, those sorts of folks. Coming together, working towards this common goal, you know, that means different things to different people. And I feel terrible if I'm forgetting a character in this book, but it did stand out to me that all of the folks in this book were dudes. Just saying that that's not the whole story of humanity and the great minds of humanity. That ain't the whole story. There are a number of people who, well, were not included in this book, and I couldn't help but notice that those who were not included all shared a gender. So I'm going to leave it there and get off my soapbox. Ultimately, this book was still very good, but I had to mention that. Because of that, putting it all together, I'm going to give it 5 out of 6 letters. I liked it, but that little part there, that again, I'm not going to go too over the top with it, but it bugged me, so I'm going to knock off a point for that. Let's see how we did. Wow, man. This is my second one in a row where I've been like over 3 minutes. Okay, well, we're going to try and do better next time. Let me know your thoughts about S.H.I.E.L.D down in the comments, and I will see you next time.